All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to make a slight return to Delphi, right? I think that this is the bit. Hold on, let me make sure I got the right live set up. Yes, a slight return to Delphi, much like Jimi Hendrix' slight return, and then Stevie Ray Vaughan's slight return. All right, Delphi, boy, did they turn it into some kind of madness, right? You got these YouTubers going crazy. It's just unbelievable how these people got wrapped up. And I'm going to tell them the truth of what's going on here to this Delphi community. What do I think? This is what I think. A couple years before the Delphi MERS, or a year, there was a task force created uh, in Indiana just to look for idiots that were doing stuff like that with kids or whatever it may be. And, well, you know, the same people, I believe, that were so-called Delphiers and crime community and yada yada yada, them themselves, I do believe, someone got caught, and after they got caught, I do believe they sang a story, and that story involved a pedo ring that spanned all over this country and into other countries. And these people have gone to drastic measures of using witchery, sorcery, you name it. And the bottom line is these people can't come to the facts that one of their own ratted them out. And that's when the chain of madness and death started, right? That's when it started. And you could pretty much see it, the time events of when it started, right? The whole case was crazy. You had people that were in charge of the case that were violent offenders, and them themselves had charges of stuff like that. And that's exactly what I think. I think it started off with Keegan Klein. We all know that he was a pedo person, had a whole bunch of photos of kids or whatever in his phones, and many accounts, and many people were using them accounts. And that's probably whether it was some kind of a sting that they created, but actually they got caught up in their own sting. And that's when the trouble started, right? You had Klein that got picked up. After Klein, you had a couple other people that got picked up. Chadwell, the rest of these guys, Kurtz and all these dudes. And then you had Greeno's phone taken, and then Greeno was talking about it. And then you had the these guys were all suspects in the case, even though they were number one uh, investigators in the case. Uh, I think on the side, they might have been doing bad things, and then themselves got sucked up into into the case. So it's very crazy of what's going on in the Delphi case. Now, my sympathies to the family, but there's even these YouTubers out there that are saying the family had something to it. All I can say is Indiana and these YouTubers and the justice system did it to themselves. They did it to themselves, folks. Whenever you kick the FBI off a case, whenever you start telling people they can't look into the family, they can't look into the situation in that town at that time, what was going on, that's a red flag. When you got people that are supposedly crime fighters, but they're injecting needles, they're drinking booze on film, they're half baked, have whatever, Uh, you got problems, and then you bring in these politics and the law and the corruption. That was a red flag. These people blamed everybody underneath the sun, all kinds of gangs, organizations, mafias, all kinds of stuff, right? Meth, all that. And the only reason they did was because of what the family was into at that time. And like I said, we had no idea. And the family might just been innocent victims. But now you got another guy that offed himself and his wife, Captain Howdy or whatever his name is. I think you folks are going to find out that uh, this was a ring, and there was many involved, and there was madness involved, and now the only one, another victim, is the child supposedly that Captain Howdy and his woman had or something. You have all these crime channels that have just turned this into a vendetta, whether it be against a woman, whatever, whoever, if it's a man pissing them off, whatever. We had people getting attacked. We got people that were attacked, and they so called our YouTubers that worked for the family. I'm going to let you YouTubers understand this, and I'm going to let Southern Indiana and Delphi areas and all them people understand. It don't give you the right to attack people. My condolences to the family of the girls and the other 28 people that were killed down there. But that don't give you the right to attack us YouTubers that looked into certain things other than what you were pumping out, right? What you wanted us to believe, we weren't buying. So it's very interesting what came of this. Are there going to be more deaths in the Delphi case? Sure. Why? Well, I don't know. Somewhere these people had a connection to either these pedos or they themselves. That was the cover up. That was the front. Was their channels of how we're doing. You know, that was the front. So we're not sure yet because we'll never get the information, right? Was Greeno working for the prosecutors? Who leaked the information? Who obstructed justice? Who was hacking our computers and taking private photos and conversations and stuff and trying to blackmail people with it? Who was doing the hacking? Who was doing this? Who was doing that? That crime community, I hate to say it, right? Either they were in love with some of these guys at one time and the love affair went sour, or they have crushes. I don't know. I don't know where it went bad, but it definitely went sour. There was many involved. They might not have been there the day of the murders or did the murders themselves, but they were part of something uh, that caused the death and and probably other deaths. So there's no way around it. What's going on? What happened? Well, the government's coming down on Indiana. The feds, the government. How did you let it get did this YouTuber work for any of you guys, right? Because this idiot has caused a war, right? Why did they let this go that far? A lot of questions. Well, why did they leak the information? It wasn't leaked, right? We said, you know, what do you mean it was leaked? They leaked it. That's obstruction of justice. It's an ongoing case, right? It's still being investigated. But that was their tactic, I guess, or someone's tactic. They said, but then we questioned them, and they said, "Oh, we didn't release anything, and it wasn't us; it was them." Right? It was and then we went to them. Why'd you leak that kind of information, or whatever? They didn't leak it; they stole it. Oh, so it's stolen evidence from an ongoing crime, and then that stolen evidence, just so happenly, was given to a YouTuber. And then that evidence made it all out into YouTube. That's why your people probably are going bye bye. That's probably why they're shooting themselves, because the government, like I told you folks, even though they kicked, and that was a red flag to the federal government, Homeland, and a bunch of other people, is when they kicked the FBI off of it. Because even the FBI said something's going on. And yeah, we're gonna pull off of it, but they never did. You don't kick a federal government off a case. You could say, we don't need your help. You're done. We don't want, you guys can leave. That don't mean they stop the investigation just because some sheriff or some little town says, we don't need your help. That was a red flag. I imagine they're right. They're not joking. They probably have this state surrounded. And you have the state come on TV with the police and say that, the news even said if the militia needed help or whatever, I don't think your militias can help you. You don't understand. You're messing with the federal government now. These are the guys that are going to call in people to make sure they're going to get rid of your people in power and put people in. And they'll probably reopen this whole case and go through it with a fine-tooth comb. The bottom line is the case started with a pedo factory. That's where the case started. Didn't start anywhere else. Once they picked up Keegan Klein, and there was a pedo thing there, and then them devices connected to other devices, and them devices connected to other devices, it was a ring. All this shit you people made up, I have no idea. A lot of people got attacked. I got attacked. I watched a lot of people on YouTube get attacked by some kind of a demonic spirit or entity or something. The chosen ones. Oh, they're chosen, okay. They're chosen, but it ain't what you're going to think it is. They are the chosen ones, but not chosen for what you think. They made some very bad mistakes. The whole justice system is going to be tore apart in Indiana. And that's no joke, folks. Literally ripped apart. Corruption. Now, I'm sure we're going to fill Mr. Trump in on the case of the madness. You got heroin addicts. You got alcoholic. You got violent crime offenders. Rape offenders that were in charge of this YouTube diversion. And that's exactly what it was a diversion. A tactic to put out as much tainting as they can on the case. And these people were acting like they were police. They were acting like they were doctors. They were acting like they were lawyers and calling and getting information. How stupid is our government to just give out information because someone calls and says, well, I'm a lawyer from Stinky Blue Eye. Not the one that winks, but the one that stinks. I need some information. And they just give this shit out. much like your social security numbers that were handed out, compliments of your own country. Do you know what would happen if I would have called a government branch or a government or a lawyer firm or a police agency or a doctor's office and acted like I was someone else? They'd have us locked up in a heartbeat for impersonating police and lawyers and doctors and stuff. Oh my. There ain't nothing going to save these people, folks. Nothing. Not even Trump can save these people. Not even their own justice system can save these people. They can't save these people. These people injected themselves in the case. All we did was report on it. Hell, I was watching it the night it happened on TV of this search. Everyone, well, the search was called off at a certain time. There was no one out there. It was just there was people all over there. It was on the news. It was on the 11 o'clock news the night it happened. Everybody knew it was a bunch of bullshit what these YouTubers were saying. Nobody was out. There was no one there. It was just friends and family that was looking for them. There was no one else out there, and there was people all over out there. Matter of fact, we got footage of them in the right where the girls were found, cars parked in the cemetery, or vehicles that night, 4-wheelers driving all around. No one knows nothing. That's probably why they hit your southern state down there so hard. You're walking around in a daze. You're looking for a Wi-Fi signal. And they ain't done. They're far from done. These people that they thought were gods don't scare these people. They ain't gods. And they just proved it to you. They will bleed just like the rest of humans. And they will die just like humans. Because they're not gods. Idiots, maybe. I don't know. A jealous love affair that they bring into the murder of 2 girls. A jealous love affair between 2 YouTubers that can't get along, whatever. You know, at once they were together, but not no more. And all the madness starts, and all the, Captain Howdy, supposedly, God rest his soul. I have no idea who he is. But it's another victim. Chalk it up on the wall. I don't know what kind of world you folks live in. And it's obvious it's a make-believe world. But don't worry, I've been there. I've been lost in a role. I've been lost in a script before. But that's just it. That's the difference between you and me. I know how to shut the make-believe off when it comes to reality. And the reality is, some of you folks made very bad choices in the crime sector. Some of you folks made a lot of money. We don't attack people here on this channel just because you say something. I don't go into your channel and attack people and go crazy. Right? These are children that we are dealing with. And it's no different from the childish battle that we're dealing with our ex-president and our president. It's like looking at 2 children. He did this, he did that, they did this, who did that? Children. I'm the one that's a retard and has a brain problem, whatever. And these people act like children. And it trickled down into the crime sector and everything. You got a bunch of people acting like they're 17. They're putting private conversations that you think you're having with 2 adults, and you're talking like an adult or whatever. All along, they're pumping out this information to some main brain YouTube to blackmail you or scam you. Are these men broads? I think you folks are broads. Are the women men? I don't know. There's a role play reversal there somewhere. These people are suspects. They will always be suspects. Just for the fact they look like bridge guy, they'll always be suspects. They'll always be suspects the way they act. They'll always be suspects. Did you see once Greeno claimed that he was questioned in the murder, and a couple of these guys were questioned in the murder? Their views and subs dropped dramatically. Right here, all their viewers thought that they were the government. They were in charge of YouTube and the case of Delphi. And here all along, they were the ones that were raping, pillaging, violent, injecting dope, alcoholics, rapists, numerous things. Many people have been arrested in the Delphi case. Some of them pled to lesser charges or didn't get charged because of the information they released. And you folks just can't figure out that someone that is dumb and didn't spend billions of dollars to go to a college to get a degree, overseen and overlooked your blinding lights and your stories and your love affairs and your problems and charges that you had before Delphi. And they didn't want that to come out. They didn't want that person, that channel there was connected to that channel was connected to that channel, that device was connected to that device. They don't want to realize that they are spies, espionage, using people's naked photos of women and men to get information on the Delphi case. That wasn't what they wanted it for, because these YouTubers belong to a porn thing, whether it be kiddie porn or whatever it is. That's how they make their money, through photos. That's how they make their money, hacking. There ain't no country gonna save these people. There ain't nobody in this country gonna save these people. There ain't nobody gonna save any of you. Why? Because people have their own opinions and rights. Even if they came on TV today and said the Delphi case is shut down, it's over. It is not over. You people fail to understand branches of government and how they operate. You think you're king, and you ain't shit. And they're going to prove and show you that you folks ain't nothing. And your justice system is nothing. It's a bunch of twigs that are all busted up, laying on the ground. Right? 52 card pickup. And that's basically what it is. They can't come to terms that some of these folks had photos that they should not have had. They had stolen evidence in an ongoing murder case. And they're killing people to try and cover up that. They're killing people because they didn't want you to know that these idiots, and they're idiots, and we don't give. I got news for you. And your justice system, we're going to rip it apart. And then Mr. Trump is going to put in other people. Right? They're going to dissect you. That's what they're going to do. YouTube too. Why? because the people have their own minds and their own rights and their own thoughts. These people have gone as far as to infect people. They've gone as far to hack their computers. They've gone as far to hire hitmen out of prison. Can we believe anything that they're saying now about the guy in prison and all that? I don't know, man. We've been keeping our eye on the ball. Did they send a certain YouTuber into prison to spread some news? Hey, we need this guy killed. We're going to tear your justice system apart in your state. We want to do the whole country. But if it wasn't for the government, the real government, we'd be tearing your whole asses apart. We would just hit a button from my couch. The world is mad. The world's fed up with your madness. Right? You don't get brought up in a case like that unless you have a background of doing things like that to people. So your Elvis Fields and your Johnny Messers and your you crazy people, all these people, Chadwell, Kurtz, you people cannot figure out that it's a small town and they all knew each other. And do you think anybody with half a brain that gets picked up for killing 2 young girls and photo and doing sick stuff to them, do you think people are going to confess that they know that guy? Oh, that's my best buddy. Oh, me and him are, yeah, it's my best friend. Right? No, they're not going to admit it to you, folks. They're going to split away. They're just like the mafia. There ain't no, I'm not talking to no one. Right? Don't even call me. Don't even come around here. That's how they're acting to me. These people trespass and witchery. So we're making it real, folks. You are literally going to have people coming up with stakes in them. People tied to trees. It's going to be real. Because why? Because it was real then. And history repeats itself. They screwed themselves. We kept telling them it's a ring. A bunch of them. It's everything the federal government was saying. It spans from north, south, east, and west and into other countries. It's how these people make their money. Photos. A slight return to Delphi. We might as well make a slight return to the sun. You wouldn't get as burned as much as you're going to get burned on this Delphi case. We want to know how many of these people worked for defense that were on YouTube, and we want to know how many people worked for the state for old Tricky Nicky. We want to know which one of these YouTubers, and we are holding them all hostage, and now Trump's talking about releasing other hostages. Not you Delphiers. Yeah, I'm a Delphier. That's true. I've been covering the case. Why? Because I'm a resident. And why? Because I didn't speak bullcrap. There was problems with the family before Delphi. That's why people wanted to look at it. But when you sent your demonic demons to attack us, when you hacked our channels and told people, don't listen to these people, they're crazy. Yeah, they're crazy, but they ain't as crazy as you folks, because you helped them cover a case up to divert the people, to lure them away. You profited from having all the information, because whether you guys had family or whatever, or someone that had connections with the courts or the police or whatever, we got your asses down there in Delphi. There ain't no Supreme Court. There ain't nobody going to save these people. In the eyes of the Lord, there ain't no one going to save them. Save yourselves if you can. And we're seeing this all over YouTube and everything. You know, we're seeing it with numerous things. I'm an idiot. Even Trump told you folks, if a half-baked idiot figured this out, you're screwed. And you are screwed. You're screwed for about $5.7 million that you owe me. And we ain't even got into the other things. Right? I don't even want to talk about what we're going to be opening up. If we find out it's true and these people were stealing body organs for these Delphiers so they could survive, it's going to get real ugly. We will find out who stole that body organ, and we will retrieve that body organ, and we will give it back to the person it belongs to. You folks don't understand what's going to be happening. I don't know what you folks did. Your little breakup love affairs, your little crushes or whatever you had on these YouTubers or whatever happened, whoever, whatever. Oh, these people are porn ladies. I can give two craps. Go make your porn. But see, that porn with adults is connected to kiddie porn also. Man, that channel, oh, these women are, who gives a crap? They're adults. That's the problem. The government has come into people's private life. The only ones that are suffering were the kids and the 28 missing people down there. Your laws and your bullshit courts ain't going to save these people. I don't understand what they just can't figure it out. It's over. It's done. The madness it's a laughing stock. The whole juice system, the whole thing is a laughing stock. They turned it into a laughing stock. People are like, it is so screwed up. Yeah. And it was like that a year after the case. Year and a half, 2 years into the case. Why? Because we were hot on their ass. They needed a diversion. They needed to put this bullshit out. Because they knew information that no one had. You know, Doug Carter said it. We didn't put it out in a police press release. Then don't believe it. Or you could believe it, but the information hasn't been released. So these people knew the crime scene. And what they thought they were smart, because they said, oh, well, there was sticks used and carvings on the bodies. And well, there was. but not on the bodies. There was a marking on the tree. But they couldn't tell you that because that would have gave them that they had the information. Either they had the information or they were there. Explain that. And then you had these big people that were huge in the Delphi case, right? Huge people in the Delphi case, YouTubers, big numbers on their channels. People bowing down to, we got to get this guy on my channel. And they were rapists and junkies and all kinds of. One of the guys was saying he slept with his two cousins when they were just kids. I'm like, what? This is what you bring us? This is what you brought. This is what, it's almost like voting for a president. This is what we got. We got one guy that's being investigated, and we got another guy that's being investigated, and this is what we got. Starting right off the bat. And it's just horrible. And because these people had connections within the police force, within the courts, they overlooked that them themselves, the people that were reporting it, were actually sickos themselves. How does that happen? I'll tell you why. Because they didn't want you to find out that these people that were so-called top of the line YouTube crime fighting people were sickos themselves. Well, I imagine it will. Ricardo, I imagine it'll change a lot of stuff. People don't even want to talk about the Delphi case because it's so crazy. They're like, how in the heck? You got Odins, you got syndicate, you got bikers, you got meth, you got pedo rings, you got secret societies. It's the Masons. They're coming to get all these people out of jail because they were unjust. Are you nuts? You want me to call in the Midnight Riders? I don't think you people want anything to do with the Midnight Riders. I really just don't think you do. They're going to come and break them out and hang them. Bring it. Bring it. You folks live in an old war. We'll hit you from death above. You want to see it kind of just a blink of it. It'd just be a light coming out of the sky in a second. A blink of an eye. Gone. Our technology is far past these idiots. Why are we standing down? That is my question. We'll wipe this whole place up. I'm tired of your trafficking. I'm tired of your unpaid taxes. I'm tired of your religion. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. And no one is above the law except for the church. They just donated $56 billion owed to some other country so they can tax us. Did they pay taxes? Not a dime. They're religion, so they don't have to pay taxes. Well, guess just what happened to America? And turn it into a non-profit religion thing. Well, none of us going to pay taxes ever again. Just shove that in your pipe and smoke it. All I can say is these people live in a delusional war. A delusional YouTube scenario. I don't know who you keep sending to attack me, but the more you attack me, we're going to give it back. I'm not part of your YouTube club, your little gang of Delphiers or whatever, right? You don't like me? I don't give a crap. I go on my life. It's not like I'm going to sit here, oh my God, the Delphi community don't like me. And these people don't like me. And oh my God, what am I going to do? I'll tell you what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be counting my money all the way to the bank. And my health that you folks don't. We're hip to your witchery, sorcery crap, your chosen ones, and ripping your shirt off and look at, yeah, bunch of nail polish on you. Just sissies. Go somewhere else. Go to some other country or something, right? Ever threaten me again with stuff like that? Are you folks an idiots? Are you idiots? Or are you psychos? It don't matter. We're going to clean this country one way or another. With or without them, they know that. That's why they're scared. That's why they're scared. They don't have the technology. It ain't even their technology. These people dug into our lives. Why? Because I didn't buy a shit. That's why. You want the truth? There's the truth. There ain't no way I'm going to believe anything that somebody that's injecting a needle into them or half drunk 24/7. I ain't going to believe shit. And I didn't believe it then, and I ain't believing it now. And I didn't have any beef with these people. I just didn't like getting attacked in my channel and music people coming into my channel, and they were getting attacked by these Delphiers because you made a video. You made a video and gave your opinion on it because you're in the battlefield. And you make a video and these people attack you and say, well, you can't do that. And you attacked the wrong people. Because I fly low radar. I'm not going to let you know my capabilities. I'm going to let you think you know my capabilities. You attacked the wrong people. It was a music channel. You came in on a music while I was doing, and that's another thing you YouTubers better get in your heads. When the title of a video and a topic of a video is one thing, and they're playing music and everyone's sitting around playing music, and you come in and you want to talk about a case. You interrupt that video and you want to talk about a case instead of getting along, playing music, do whatever. Well, I respect these YouTubers. When the topic is one thing, we stick to the topic. I might joke around, run some material through there, but I always stay focused on that video and I give respect to the creator. And if the creator says, stop monkeying around, I stop monkeying around. If the creator asks me an opinion, I give them my opinion. That's like walking into someone's house. You got to show some respect. Even if you don't have respect for them, you got to show it. Just like everybody throwing up. My God, did you see Elon Musk didn't even wear a suit? He was in some fisherman's jacket like he's going deadly catch on History Channel or what is it, Discovery or whatever. I don't know. Don't matter how much money you got, show respect. Right? I would have wore a suit. Here's the truth. We got too close to their pedo drug ring, gang, club, biker, fight, war. With connections. Them people had connections too. That's how they got away with it. They had connections to the government. They had connections to police. Yes, they got away with it. Why? Because they're connections. Corruption. That's why. Because Joe Blow, that was riding a scooter, bend over and take a big burrito, club, was pushing meth and sleeping with young girls. But they also had a connection to the government and the state. And it was overlooked. And they got away with it. Popping pills, meth. And they got away with it. Well, we're dead. They killed us all. They killed our channels. Right? How did they do it? Well, they just looked for anything. Old records, old arrest records, old photos or whatever, private photos, private conversations, whatever, man. And then they turn around, you're going to do that. I don't think you know who I am. I don't think you folks really know. I don't give a crap. Right? We have already proved that the Delphiers, these YouTube channels, they're hackers. You want your way around it? I don't know. But I can tell you what, there's going to be a lot more of you coming up missing if you're working for Elon Musk. And that's a fact. I think Elon will kill you himself. That's what I think. That's what I think. I don't know why you would bring love affairs up into this case, in a child's case. I don't know why you folks allowed people to inject dope into their bodies. I don't know why you people allowed these people to be drunk or whatever and bring up private stuff in a murder case. I have no idea why you folks and their government and their ideology of strategies would even use something like this. I cannot believe you even jeopardized. Now, by law, if these people had them photos of the two girls naked, they should have went to jail. Whether it was a strategy plan, it was an ongoing case. And I got all these people pounding on my door. Why is the country like this? That's why. Because they had more money than you. And they knew more people within the system and the government and the town and the mayor and the courts. And that's how they got away with it. Corruption. Because by law, these people broke the law. They hacked your computers and they were going to try and cover up one of the biggest rings ever in Indiana. And there was no way they could let that information out. And it didn't help when they threw the 300 grand on top of it. Good morning, Miss Cold Truth. Good morning, Ricardo. It's a laughing stock. These ain't our sicknesses. They're not mine. Ain't my addiction. I don't know. I don't drink. I suggest the one YouTuber out there that's an alcoholic. I seen a video of yours recently, and you're turning yellow. You best stop your drinking. You best stop your drinking, kid. I had 3 buddies that went out that way. Jaundice, alcohol, liver went bad. The rest of you out there that are YouTube Delphiers that are injecting junk in your body and snorting the devil's dandruff, I suggest you quit. You couldn't take any of this stuff that these people said and use it in the courts. Not one thing. Not one evidence or witness or anything you could use in the court of laws. They were not reliable witnesses. They had grudges against men, or they had grudges against women, or against another YouTuber that they created a bunch of shit. They created it. Oh, well, she did that. He did this. Oh, do you know that one girl's in the porn business and she's, I don't care. The only thing I care about was that porn industry connected to kiddie porn. Then I care. Then we'll be opening it up. We'll be dissecting that porn place or whatever it is. Do I care if that woman is a porn star? Not really. That's her life, not mine. I really don't care. Should have never been brought up, other than if it was connected to the Delphi case and that porn site was a kiddie porn site. Then there's a connection. We're all sinners. Some of you more than me. Right? I quit drinking. I quit all kinds of stuff. I chose to suffer and handle the pain. I have bad days, I have good days. But what I didn't do in the Delphi case was make up stuff. This is everything these people did and said on YouTube. Why are you going after Greeno? I don't know. Greeno put himself there. Greeno is the one that said his phone was taken. We didn't go after Greeno. I didn't do shit to Greeno. But point out of the fact is you put yourself there. Don't ever do that again, kid. For any views, any subs, for any money that they paid you to divert the people away, which we're looking into bribes and payments. We want you, Indiana, to come. We want you to threaten us again. I think the plague will be the least of your problems in Indiana. I think the plague will be the last of your problems in Indiana. Stop threatening us. Stop hacking our accounts. Stop calling and leaving death threats. Stop harassing and blackmailing people with nude photos. The only thing we care about in the Delphi case is that the idiots that caused it And like I told you many of times, people, they didn't even have to be there. All they needed was a connection between someone's phone and another phone. Whether you like it or not, that's the fact. They might not have been there, but they were part of it. They were part of the ring or the madness. These Delphiers did it themselves. They brought the wrath of God down on them the day they said you couldn't even look at the family. Any investigator, and I'm not a professional, I'm just an idiot that's an idiot and just has nothing to do but watch and try and learn something. It never sticks in my head, but I learn it. When there's something like that go on, you say, oh no, you can't bring these people up. You can't talk about these people. They stuck a stake in their own heart. We're getting attacked right now by it. We believe in witchery now. We are going to kill you. Mr. Trump is going to kill you. Do you understand? I don't play games with 350 people, million lives and their children. We have a job to do. No one is above the law. Not even courts. I would suggest you quit attacking us with some kind of a demonic spirit. If it's being sent from God, Jesus, forgive us. We'll go on. But you people created a mess. And the fact is, they needed to cover up their little gang, YouTube, whatever it is. Why? Because some of these people knew Keegan Klein. They knew Derek Kurtz. They knew these people. Some of these people hacked our account just for views and subs, or to cut our computers off once we started getting too close to the truth. You fail to just see that. You think it's impossible. They think this is impossible. They can't do that. They can't hack your computer. They can't do that. Are you folks that stupid? I have half a brain and I know it's real. It is possible to make it look like you're talking to somebody and it ain't you. They can clone your account. There's 50,000 ways to do it. And you fail. We show them the proof. We show them the evidence. We show them the technology and they still say, it's impossible. They keep telling us it's impossible. I keep telling them nothing is impossible. If you got the right people in the right place at the right time, there ain't nothing possible, baby. Nothing. There is nothing impossible. You know, most of you men and women got yourselves into this predicament. You're married women and married men. No need for you to be all lovey-dovey, talking, whatever, love affair gone bad, whatever. What are you even doing on YouTube when you have a husband Don't your husbands love yous? You men out there with wives, what are you even doing on YouTube? Some of you folks are the luckiest people in the world to have somebody. But we've already proven this time and time again on this channel that these people are glutton. One woman is not good enough for these people. One man ain't good enough for these people. And they're always jumping around looking for the biggest pockets or the biggest penis or the biggest vagina they can find. It's disgusting what happened to my country. Disgusting. Completely disgusting. And who knew all along they were hacking computers and stealing money from the government? People that were in charge. People that were in charge of our government. Spending money that had nothing to do with American citizens. And Delphi's the same way. I wonder who collected the $300,000. That was the reward for all this. That was all created because they knew they had the information, and the person that got it right and collected the $300,000, there was a kickback to the rest of the YouTubers. Why? Because it's all about kickback. They couldn't let that $300,000 go out the door to someone that solved the case and figured it out, that it was just a massive delusional witch and sorcerer. Well, your witchery and sorcery ain't gonna save your asses. They could not let that 300,000 leave their little club. Now, my heart goes out to the family of Captain Howdy. There's a couple captains wrapped up into this. The captain, and then I guess Captain Howdy or something. I guess he did a bad thing or something, and the pressure of all this madness, whatever it was. What was the pressure? Was it a new kid? Was it a love affair? Was somebody he was in love with having a secret affair? What was it? Who knows? Was it they were involved somehow and the pressure was getting to them? We'll never know the truth. I personally never knew Captain Howdy. There's not even a photo of him out there. How do you even know Captain Howdy died? Because someone pulled up a document on YouTube that was spread out there. There was 50 of them that day. And did they just pick one that was in Indiana and say, oh, this is the guy? How do you know what he looks like? How do you know what his even real name was? There's people saying, how do you even know that? How do you even know the dude's name? Because he never said his name. He never put his face out there. How do you even know it's the right dude? And we've seen this in other cases of these Delphiers where they mysteriously die, but they open another channel and there they are. Right? Oh no, he died. Right? Oh, I see it. So we're in the movie business, right? It's all acting. Right? And that's what they do in the movie business. Yes, there's some people that died, but they're still alive. They just got sick of the business. Didn't want people harassing them. So the movie corporation puts out Flash Bullet and he just died today. Yes, it's true. That's what they do. I feel sorry for some of you women that got yourselves into this mess. I feel sorry for some of you men that got yourselves into this mess. So you fell in love with some of these women and they were just using you for information or just to throw you off of the case. I feel sorry for some of you men. You fell in love with some of these women, and the women fell in love with some of these men, and they just used them for information on the Delphi case or photos or whatever. Yeah, you thought you were in love with her, but she wasn't in love with you. Ain't it the classic story? Good morning, excuse me, Debbie Fox. It's so good to see you ladies here today, Miss Cold Truth. Rico, too. Miss Debbie, grab your coffee. And it's very chilly out today. Very chilly. Very cold. I just can't believe this happened. Private people's lives being brought up in a murder case of two young girls. They don't even care about the other girls that were killed before the thing, right? They wouldn't even listen to us. That might be Mike Patty on the bridge. You didn't get a professional to look at it. An FBI agent is not a professional. He's a professional in crime, in laws, not in looking at video or listening to recordings. They didn't spend the money. Here's the bottom line. They didn't spend the money on the professionals. Why? Because we would have told them, you got this case screwed up. And we're going after this dude and this dude. Oh, you can't. These are high monarchy. Odin level 54. They can blow a candle out with a fart. You can't talk about these people. They're Masonic monarchs. You can't talk about that person. He's a high level YouTuber with 20,000 viewers. Yeah, he's hacking my computer and we took his hand. Right? Sorry. Learn your lesson. Some of you people I held on pedestals thought you were great creators, great women, and great men. But when the pressure came down, you acted like teenagers. By golly, I'm dealing with it right now in the government trying to figure it out. I'm like, are we back in high school? Is this what it is? He did that. Johnny did this. Johnny did that. Johnny. It's like they're like high schoolers. I don't think they left high school. I'm not sure. I live in my mind still. I'm still in a teenager, but I got enough sense of I don't make videos mentioning all these people's names every single day, or just going nuts every single day with this crap. It's unbelievable. I don't know how they got away with it this long. I'll tell you why. Production studios, right? Their family members were a police officer or something, or right? Their family worked in the lab. We're gonna have to go through all the labs in Indiana. Yeah, that's right. You might be paying for a kid that ain't yours. And if the truth came out about this, that they had their own people in the labs and all this, and police and all this, and the courts, it's no wonder we're paying for kids that ain't ours. It's no wonder the connection, the mafia connections, whatever. We're paying for their kids. We got to dissect it, whether they like it or not. Every day we wake up and it's something in the Delphi case. Other than they failed to see that there was many people involved. And like I said, they didn't have to do the murders. They didn't even have to be there. The connection was the pedo stuff and the devices. And that's enough to not get you charged with murder, but it's enough to get you charged with pedos. Do you folks understand that? I hope you do. I really hope you do. And I'm going to tell you one thing, like I've been telling you from day one. These people's names were brought up in this case for two reasons. Either they knew about it or their past. When they said you couldn't talk about these people, you couldn't bring up their names, use them, red flag. When they said no cameras in the court, red flag. When they didn't put out the true crime photos, red flag. Then they sent their YouTubers. You want to see the crime scene photos and the evidence? You're a sicko pedo. You people got a lot of pain coming. Any investigator, you called these police pedos. You called the FBI pedos. You called all the people and the lawyers pedos. They're pedos. Why? Because they looked at the photos. Yes, the lawyers, we're going to arrest them. The judges, we're going to arrest them. Why? Because it's a federal law. That's why. It is the federal government law. You cannot look at naked photos of a child. And they attacked us because we wanted to see the photos. We wanted to see the evidence. We wanted cameras in the court because it's my court. Not Supreme Justice, not a judge's. It is we, the people's court. You don't shut the door on the people, ever. Therefore, you signed your death warrants, pretty much, by refusing the public, we, the people, to see the evidence for ourselves, not because we're sickos, because our country is so corrupt. If you don't show us the proof, and it's gone through our professional forensic people, then it's lies to cover up a money business that happens to be young kids and trafficking and drugs and mayhem. You signed your own death warrants. Not me, not anyone else. Them people were attacked because we wanted the evidence. Show us the evidence. They refused. Now, anybody in America knows that my justice system is being tampered with, and I don't like that. And that's why our prisons are overstocked, and that's why a lot of things are going bad in America, is because you're not being transparent. You're not doing what you should be doing. And that goes for the federal government too. You want something done? Go in front of Congress and Senate. This is my problem, Congress and Senate. Help me. This is my problem. This is what I need to do. This is our problem. Can we stop it? Yes, but it's going to be ugly. And I ain't even seeing that in my own federal government. I'm not even seeing it in my go in front of Congress and Senate. Obey their rules. Show them respect. Show them respect, just like Mr. Trump wants respect. He's the president. He wants his respect. I agree 100%. No, you folks out there can say, he's an idiot. He ain't nobody. He ain't nothing. I would check yourselves before you wreck yourselves. I'm nobody, but it is God Almighty who is somebody. So throw away all your love affairs that went bad. Throw away all your photos that you folks were hacking or trying to use to blackmail people. And if you're going to be in the crime sector, you leave your personal life out of it. You don't bring people's personal life. These people are very unprofessional. Very unprofessional. And no, I'm not yelling. I just get closer to the microphone and it sounds like it's getting louder. No, I'm just talking. You people were diversions. I don't care how much money you got. Believe me, Trump's already called me 5 times. You can't do this. Don't tell me I can't do. Yes, I can do whatever I want. Yes, we can. But being that I respect you, I won't. I respect your authority. So I will not. I can't say anything for other people, but I will not. I'm a law abiding citizen. I am not going to lose everything again. Nope. Ain't happening, Jack. And I ain't got nothing to lose. And I still ain't giving up my nothing. Right? You're never going to be this. You're never going to. I am that. That's how I am. I'm not giving up nothing. I can't deal with children. You are children. It was a private conversation between 2 adults, or at least one of them thought they were having a private conversation with an adult. And mushy mush and talk and photos flying everywhere. I feel sorry for that guy that got used. You thought you were in love with them, and here they are. They were just plants, spies, espionage, people to try and destroy your channel or lead you far away from the Delphi case. You got problems, Indiana. You got severe problems. Not from me. I'm in my 50s. There's nothing I could do about it. You're luckily this didn't happen when I was in my late 20s or 30s because then I didn't give a crap about nothing back then. We're all sinners. Just some of you are more sinners than me. And that's all. You got a problem. It's a demonic demon. How can these people sit on the internet all day and watch porn 24/7? I have no idea. How about it's your government agents that are researching the channels that are the ones now being called pedos? And it's not our records, it's the government's. These are federal government, these are judges that are watching porn as they're in court. An addiction? No, it's a demon. It's a demon. There's nothing wrong with watching porn, but when you're doing it all day, all night, you're addicted to it. Just yanking the baloney all day and all night. Yeah, it's a problem. I don't care what you do on your private time. You yank your baloney all day and I don't give a crap. But when you're on federal time, when you're on my time, you got a problem. You're going to have to open uh, porn uh, rehab or whatever it is for porn. You're going to have to open a rehab for that. Now, these people they're stuck. They can't deal with real life, Mr. President. I can't have these people running my YouTube. There ain't no way. Are you crazy? No, we're not going to have and all this drama crap. My God, I've been listening to these ladies nag all day. These are beautiful 20, 30-year-old women nagging like they're 90-year-old hens every day. The biggest drama thing. We're taking her to court. We're going to sue her. You people don't know nothing but suing because your brains are so fried. You couldn't even hold a job if I put you right in it. Your worlds that you live in is soap operas. Delusional. These people are suspects in the case. Why? Because they were there. They placed themselves there. The other reason is because some of these YouTubers look like Bridge Guy. That's why they're suspects. That's why they're being watched. The case is not over. It won't be over even when they say it's over. And the tactics that these YouTubers used, they will be watched their whole lives. Some of them, because some of them are on a list. And that list was what they didn't want you to find. And the people that were on that list. And the people that tried to set these people up, tried to send young girls that were underage, claiming they were of age, to try and bring down certain people. You're sick, sick world. You people need severe help. This is why I'm going through all this shit in the rock business and stuff, and I'm trying to tell these rock stars, you best be IDing that broad. You better be IDing her. I know she looks like a brick house. She got a body that'll destroy a world, but you best check her ID. You best check her birth certificate to make sure she is of age. Because we have already tracked down and proved that they're making fake IDs. And that's what I would be doing if I was a rock star. You best show me a birth certificate, blood. I would take blood. Just as, is this a 30-year-old year's blood or is it a young teenager's blood? Yeah, it's, they'll do anything to destroy, bring down, get money. They live in a world of suing people. We know they work for lawyers. That's why we're asking questions like I did on Bob Mattis. Did any of these YouTubers work for the state or work for defense? That's what we want to know. Now, you folks go on. Once again, my condolences to the Captain Howdy family and his wife. But you better do your research, folks, because we've already had 3 people that so-called claim they passed, but they're still on YouTube under different channels. Now, you folks have a great day. I want to thank Ricardo, too, Cold Truth, and our Debbie Fox, our Debbie Fox bud. The truth is I'm an idiot. That's the truth. This is the way it's going to be for me, right? But even an idiot has a good day, just like every dog has his day. You folks have a great day. The madness of Delphi. This is why I jumped out of it. It's just nuts. I'll watch it, but I ain't gonna do no videos 24/7 of nothing but Delphi, Delphi, Delphi. No way. And you know why they're really mad? Because the money's starting to slow down. People are starting to figure out that it was just a money grab. It was just a Delphi money scam, right? Some people are saying, well, they used the two girls. It's sad what happened to them, but it was a money grab. They knew it, millions to be made. So no one gives a crap. And now it's starting all over again, ain't it? Why? Because the views, the subs are going away and the money stopped. What do they need? They need something new to get the fire burning. To get the fire burning again, to bring the money in, to get the crowds back. Oh my God, yeah, bunch of suckers. You folks have a great day. God bless you all. Yes, keep praying. All glory goes to God. Amen. Lord, thank you for this day. It's a great day. All glory goes to God. Forgive us for our sins. Like I said, some of these people sin a little bit more than us, but we're all sinners in the eyes of the Lord. There's only one uh, perfect person, and that's God, Jesus, and his family. So you folks have a great day. God bless. And I think you folks should get help, all of you. Even me. I'm even going to get help because it's psychological. The games they play, the madness, the attacking, it's just madness. They created our mental illness. Yeah. You folks have a great day. God bless.